Allenton say, yeah, better.
Alright, thank you for helping me adjust this. Now, I'm just not gonna touch the OBS and we should be all good to go. The rest of the audio should duck underneath my voice when I speak and come back when I'm not speaking.
Allenton say, nice.
Computer, super cruise, please.
Yes, Commander.
Computer, get us out of here. Oops. Not yet.
Of course, Crondor.
I screwed that one up. My bad. I was still too close to the planet when I did that. Computer, get us out of here.
I am listening.
Jump to the next waypoint, please.
Aye, aye, Crondor.
Select next system en route.
Affirmative, my lord.
Jump to the next waypoint.
Certainly, Commander. We are traveling through hyperspace en route to Kujiara, a Star Class K. Traffic data shows a total of 7,356 ships passing through in the last week, with 9 ships visiting today. There is 1 death recorded this week.
Show contacts.
Yes, Count. Shutting down.
Alright, so let's say I set 7B.
Voice input disabled.
I'll set 7B for commands and I'll set 14B for queries, but I might start losing frame rate.
Voice input enabled. Good evening, Crondor.
Drop. Contact the tower and request docking.
Station at a safe speed and be mindful of other pilots in the area.
Yes, 7B completely barfs. I know.
Shutting down.
Come on, disconnect all the sockets.
Voice input enabled. Good evening, Krondor.
Contact the tower and request docking.
Certainly, Commander.
Access granted. Adjust heading for approach
Enable
to
streaming
pad
mode.
15. You are clear for automated approach, Commander.
Of course, Commander. Streaming mode is on. Prefix your command with word computer.
So 7B now even failed because I can run it when I'm not streaming, but when I'm streaming and OBS is using GPU as well, running 7B and 14B and the game and OpenOBS at the same time is just not happening. But when I'm not streaming, I can use it as a command processor at least. The downside of all that is that when LLM is offloaded from the VRAM and you issue a prompt, it has to load and that takes time. Like first command takes time, but then if you talk to it within every 5 minutes, kind of kicking the can down the road, it does not unload from the memory. So it's 8.3 gigabyte for the game, 11, nearly 11 for the 14B LLM, and
Market
about
data available.
5.6 for... yeah, I am
Landing complete. Clear to
just about... I can just about fit it inside of the RAM. Just about.
Neil Draper say, have you tried GPT Oz 20B?
GPT Oz 20B, let's try it. Let's try it, why not? Let's pull it. Ollama. While you watch, I will pull exactly the one you tell me to. And where is the chatty chat? 20B. Oh, I cannot do 20B. Because game takes 8 gigabytes, 8.5, and 20B will fill in the memory on the card. So I can try the 14 if they have one. GPT OSS safeguard. This one? Yeah, they start with 20B. I can pull it for shits and giggles and see what it will do, but I am pretty sure I wouldn't be able to pull it even without the stream. And they don't have a... Oh, hold on, they have... No, that's 20B, yeah. I don't know how big that one is, probably 120. So this is the kind of stuff if you have a home lab and you have another computer that is got lots of GPUs power in it and it's just dedicated for running LLMs, you can point to that one. I changed the user interface so that people can put whatever LLM they want.
Neil Draper say a quantized version? Q5 or 4?
Shutting down.
Q5 for GPT OSS. G...
Voice input disabled.
T OSS. This is the OpenAI version. Yet also 20B. 10 gigabyte. I can issue a pull on this because, I mean, why not? Ollama pull. And stand by. That's gonna take 5 minutes to pull. Geek Condor, and that's the only one they've got. At least in this search. No, there's a GPT OSS, not 32K. Those are big ones. If I was a PewDiePie, or at least if PewDiePie would give me his monster machine to run, they would work. Problem is that when you have a monster machine like this, you spend so much electricity that it'll be cheaper to run Grok, because on this Grok you can run 16,000 commands for 1 penny. And about 3,200 queries for 1 penny. With this app specifically, with the amount of tokens it sends. Okay, let's see if it figures out where we are. It should tell me that we are at the station and tell me the station name.
Voice input enabled. Good evening, Crondor.
Where are we? Ah, I have streaming mode on. It didn't hear me, so it will not reply, but it will still probably take some time.
I am listening.
Where are we?
Voice input disabled.
Yeah, running this local LLM is another problem, is that I'm talking to you guys and it heard me say this, so it sent that for analysis, and now it's going to chew on that and it won't be able to map it to anything. Oh, did I completely confuse it? Maybe that's the case. Sudo system CTL. Restart Ollama. Will it kill the download? We'll find out. Might kill the download. No download seems to be going. Where are we? Ah.
Voice input enabled.
Where are we?
Voice input disabled.
Odd. I don't even see the I don't see Ollama running here at all. I did say restart to it. I didn't say stop, did I? Yeah, I said restart. Alright, stop. Start. Status. Running. Active. Ollama list. 7B, 32B, 14B. Did I really kill the download?
Neil Draper say, I broke it. Sorry, LOL.
No, that's okay. That's the part of the whole discovery thing about... I think I killed the download. Yes, I have. Maybe it does not like to run queries when it's doing download. Actually, I've never tried to run queries while download is in process. Maybe it's confused.
Voice input enabled.
Where are we? I see no reply. Let's run it in debugger and see what. How does it barf? It probably hangs on the socket, waiting for reply.
Voice input enabled. Good evening, Krondor.
Good evening. Where are we? It worked this time.
Analyzing current location data. Stand by. Docked at station in star system unknown.
Summarize the ship loadout, please.
Analyzing ship loadout. Stand by. Ship Prowler is a combat class ship with a max jump range of 38.77 light years. It has no cargo capacity and is equipped for defensive weapons and minimal shielding. No damage detected on all modules. The ship features engineered modules including hull reinforcements, FSD booster, power distributor, and beam laser gimbals which have been modified for efficiency.
Okay,
Shutting down.
This was Ollama. I will ask exactly the same question, but this time it's going to be Grok.
Voice input disabled.
Summarize the ship loadout, please. Start services probably would be a good thing to do before I ask the question, wouldn't it?
Voice input enabled. Good evening, Krondor.
Summarize the ship loadout, please.
Analyzing ship loadout. Stand by. Here is a summary of our ship's loadout, my lord. The Prowler, Ident Papa Romeo-15 Charlie, manufactured by Corsair, is equipped primarily for combat. We have 3 large beam lasers and 1 medium beam laser, all with efficient engineering, alongside 2 medium missile racks with high-capacity engineering. For defense, we are fitted with a size 6 shield generator featuring thermic engineering, multiple hull reinforcements with kinetic engineering, and 2 shield boosters with resistive engineering. Our core systems include a size 7 Guardian power plant, a size 5 hyperdrive with long-range engineering, and a size 7 engine with dirty engineering for enhanced performance. Yes, Krondor. Voice input disabled.
Because I'm running Google's text-to-speech right now, I break the requests by the sentence and I send one sentence at a time for vocalization. Otherwise, we'll have to wait for this whole thing to go. But I don't do that if we are running local text-to-speech. So I'll switch it to the local text-to-speech now by removing the key and restarting the services. But I don't remember if I have the if I have
voice input disabled.
It's running or not. Probably do. So now it's going to run with Piper local text-to-speech. It will sound very different.
Voice input enable. Good evening, Krondor.
Where are we?
Analyzing current location data. Stand by. My lord, we are currently docked at a station in an unknown star system. I have no further data on our precise location at this moment. Voice input disabled.
And if I run the loadout analysis to get that large chunk of text, it will speak much faster because it doesn't have to connect to the cloud to do the translation.
Voice input enabled.
Analyze the ship loadout, please. What kind of ship is it?
Analyzing ship loadout standby. Affirmative, Crondor. Ship loadout details for Prowler. Ident Papa Romeo-15 Charlie. Make Corsair. The ship is equipped with multiple beam lasers, missile racks, hull reinforcements, shield generators, and a frame shift drive booster. All modules are at 100% health. This ship has several engineered modules, including the frame shift drive for long range, main
Interrupt.
engines with dirty tuning, weapons. Aye, Crondor. Shutting down.
Sound will depend on what voice you pull. I found a few that work okay. Some of them sound really awful, to be honest. The two of them I like. Amy and this girl right here. Guys sound kind of weird. And when you run with local LLM or local text-to-speech, some of the app's abilities are disabled, like personalities. Personalities are off. Because they don't really work well on local LLM, and they also don't get vocalized correctly with Piper text-to-speech. It sounds kind of odd, really.
Voice input enabled. Good evening, Crondor.
Alright, so we got GPT OSS 20B, and this is going to utterly kill the this is going to completely kill the machine. So this is Ollama with the Queen loaded. It's 10 gigabyte. The game is taking nearly 10 gigabyte. Now I'll start this thing, ask it a question, and I think it's going to absolutely barf. Let me move this back to here. Clear that, so if whatever errors we get, we'll see them here nicely. And let's go.
Voice input enabled. Good evening, Crondor.
Where are we?
Analyzing current location data standby. We are currently docked at a station in an unknown star system, Crondor. I can retrieve more specific data if needed.
Provide ship analysis, please.
Roger that. Could you please specify what kind of analysis you're requesting? I'm ready to assist with any data or topic you have in mind.
Access ship loadout and tell me what kind of ship I'm in.
Analyzing ship loadout standby. This is the Prowler, a Corsair-class ship with the Ident Papa Romeo-15 Charlie. Based on the loadout, I classify this vessel as a combat-class ship. He's equipped with
Interrupt.
multiple beam lasers, missile rack.
How far are we from the carrier?
Right away, Crondor. Analyzing travel telemetry standby. Distance 0 light years. We are already at the carrier location.
How far are we from the bubble?
Analyzing galactic coordinates standby. 2996 light years. Carrier fuel require 4,399 tons. Travel time 14 hours and 39 minutes.
Shut down the system. I am impressed. This is a lot faster. But where is... Am I really using that model? Because I don't see it here. Ollama is not even showing up as loaded. Or am I blind? I mean, this is chugging along quite fast. I did not expect it. I expected to see a complete meltdown. This might be... If this is indeed the LLM I'm talking to. That might be the ticket. I'll have to test it with different other.
Voice input enabled. Good evening, Condor.
Allenton say, that was impressive.
No, I am an utter idiot. That impressive was Grok. See the key? Right here, Cloud LLM key. That's why I don't see it. That's why I don't see it in here. Sorry. I was like, yes, that's the one I'm gonna be using. All right, we did not use this. It was Grok. Sorry. Now it's going to be this LLM. I'm going to remove the key, so there's no key. The only key I'm using is for speech to text, which unfortunately I don't have local implementation for that yet. So now it's going to be using that one. Now it's going to crash and burn. Probably.
Voice input enabled. Good evening, Condor.
Where are we?
Voice input disabled.
Yeah, my hardware cannot pull it.
Analyzing current location data. Stand by.
See how long it was? Okay, I will give it the first one because it has to load into the memory and get the hamster going. Let's see how long it will take to do the next query.
Docked at station. Voice input enabled.
Allenton
Summarize the
say,
ship loadout.
you need a way to turn on and off an LLM, or choose them in a combo box.
Voice input disabled.
I could put checkboxes in here, like if you check it, then use local. If you uncheck it, then
Analyzing
use
ship loadout.
key if
Stand
it
by.
provided. It is running. It is running super slowly. It uses all the memory that it can grab because it cannot. This like card is maxed out right now. Temperature 47 Celsius. Power is about
Allenton
half
say,
capacity.
and have a panel where you can add multiple LLMs.
Ship Prowler Corsair PR-15C loadout includes hull reinforcement module size 4, 5 and 3 across various slots, a size 5 hyperdrive
Interrupt.
overcharge, a size 7 Guardian. Voice input
Allenton
enabled.
say, that would work too.
Voice input disabled.
The way it works right now, if you have a key, it will determine which cloud LLM you're using based on the key, and the only two that are supported are Grok
Right away,
and
Condor.
GPT. ChatGPT from OpenAI. If it can't find one, it will fall back to the local LLM. If you don't have the key in here at all, it will go for the local one. But I could add a checkbox in here that like next to the command LLM and next to the query LLM, for example, so that if you have a key for, say, Grok, you could say, all right, check over here so that commands run locally, and for queries you go to the cloud. That way you would save on tokens in the cloud, and if your machine is incapable of pulling anything higher than 7B, at least you can run 7B for the commands, but you won't be able to stream. Maybe you would. It depends on the hardware, I suppose. With my hardware, it's a 3090 RTX 3090, 24 VRAM. I forgot what the manufacturer is. Let me see. Zotac Gaming, so it's not super fancy. Yeah, potentially I could do that. I could put 2 checkboxes in here, and you
Neil
could
Draper
choose
say,
to use...
thanks for trying OSS. I'll shut up and let you do your thing.
No, actually, you are helping me do my thing because this is just part of the thing. I'm trying out LLMs and my prompts and whatnot. I know that prompts are working because I checked them with Grok. They are somewhat slower with local LLM when I'm streaming, but they are also working. So let me see, restore defaults, save, and start.
Shutting down.
Or restart rather. I'll just completely restart it.
Voice. Input enabled.
Enable
Good
streaming
evening,
mode,
Condor. Of course, my lord.
There we go.
Streaming
First one
mode
is
is on.
slow
Prefix
because
your
it has
command with
to
word computer.
unload the old LLM from there and load this one. So right now it's just a command. And just a command, grab 5 gigabyte. On a query it will grab the rest. I forgot if I have a reminder or not. Computer, remind me what actions are we supposed to be looking at here? I may not have a reminder for that, in fact. I don't know.
Our mission is to focus on gathering data in the star system Kujara. We are looking at identifying any anomalies or points of interest as per our objectives.
No, actually, we're looking for Pew Pew pirate missions against Pennsylvania, where we have tiny resource site. How many? That's too many. 20. I'm not gonna be hunting 20 pirates over there. Is the in Pennsylvania 15. Let's see if I can
Dawn Treader
stack
plays
15.
EDO say. So besides memory, what other things would make it run better?
Memory is to fit it in. If it cannot load inside a memory, it won't run. And second, if you have 2 GPUs and they are load balanced, as far as I understand, and I'm saying this kind of because I've never done this, but as far as I understand from what I'm read, if you have 2 GPUs that are load balanced and this LLM is sitting kind of squatting on both of them, then you will increase the throughput. I don't know how to load balance GPUs. So this is something to be researched. And I haven't researched this because I don't have the hardware to do it with anyway. Ideally, if someone knows how to train LLMs, I bet that if you train an LLM from scratch specifically for this game and nothing else, it doesn't have any other information, any other knowledge. It only has mathematics, physics, understands the English language, colloquial terms, etc., and knows shit about the game. I bet you could probably fit it into 7 or 8p parameters and run it on the low-end cards with the game and have a room to spare. Because what we are using right now, we're using generic LLMs that are designed for broader tasks. You can ask all kinds of questions about all sorts of things to these LLMs. They've been trained. What has this been trained on? Trained to reason about safety. Trained and tuned for safety reasoning. Accommodate use cases like LLM input for filtering online content labeling and offline labeling for trust and safety cases. So this is like this LLM was trained to censor internet, basically. Bring your own policy, introduce your own written policy. So see, it's this particular one that we were just trying. No,
Dawn
we
Treader
weren't trying.
plays
This is
EDO say. Time to learn how to train LLMs.
yeah, I also need the hardware to do that with. There was a guy who watched the previous stream. He dropped in my Discord. He says that he's like a super duper mega pooper programmer for LLMs, full stack, including UI design and everything. But apparently he wanted me to participate, to contact him if I want to do something serious with him. I doubt he will actually join the project, but a guy like that who knows how to train LLMs, if one day...
Don Treader plays EDO, say. I meant me, not you. Laughing face.
You! Well, yeah, if you know how to do it, that would be awesome. And if you can contribute one, so I can just really even package it with the app, it'd be great. I have no idea how to train LLMs. I don't even know where to start. What does this do? Open chat open source language model fine-tuned for CRFTL strategy inspired by offline reinforced learning. Oh, this is probably just a chatbot. Some of these descriptions are kind of vague. Some of these LLMs designed to produce music, other to analyze images, some are designed to generate images. And the one that we need is an LLM that can infer commands and queries from the user input and you adhere to the instructions as close as possible within reason and return structured JSON back, not just a blob of text. Because you can ask this thing like navigate to coordinates latitude 25, longitude -70, and it will return a specific JSON with a parameter. The app understands specific parameter. There's numbers in it. Code gem. So this is probably a coding LLM for vibe coding. Yeah, instruct is the instruct type LLMs. Instruct 7B, instruct a tuned variant of natural language to code chat instruction following. But code chat, code is not necessary. Language to code is not necessary. That's vibe code. But tuned for instruction following is a must.
Neil Draper say, I wonder if a coding-focused model would be better.
Well, let's try it. This is 7B only. We can always try. Ollama list. Ollama RM. I'll remove this one. Ollama pool. We'll pull 7B. Kajama 7B. I should pull fairly quickly. All good. The theme of the stream is Grok versus Ollama. And Ollama can run different LLMs, so we are well within the scope. Is there any nasty noise coming through the mic once in a while? On Linux, you can route audio in any way shape you want to.
Don Treader plays EDO, say. Nope.
Nope. Okay, good. Because my mic is connected to external audio interface, and I used to have a noise cancelling hardware, which failed. So now I'm using the internal noise cancelling thing. Okay, so it loaded Kojima 7B. Let's see. First of all, stop
Shutting down.
services. Replace. Let's try both of them. It should probably do the command, but the query will probably barf. Save configuration. Double check that cloud key is blank. Turn it back on.
Voice input enabled. Good evening, Cromdor.
Good evening, where are we? Ah,
I'm listening.
good evening, where are we?
Voice input enabled. Good evening, Condor.
Analyze current location, please.
Voice input disabled.
Okay, it already failed. It said analyze location. And there is no query analyze location. It invented action instead of mapping one. The way it works, these are the enums. It has an action, like for instance help, and there is action handler, and there's like the query organic samples star system. It is in the map, like that. This map is part of the command prompt. These are, how do you even call it, themes, concepts that user may say, and LLM is instructed to map concepts to the action and to never invent action. Factoring. Prompt factoring. There. You never invent actions, guess intent, combine commands, split sentences, or create new behaviors. Your only job is to classify user input as one best matching command or query from the provided list, or return no match. And explanation on how to construct a response. Unfortunately, I had to bloat it with these rules, because otherwise it kind of bonkers. And the command map looks like this. It's the always forget the English word for it. Pattern concept of formulation. So pattern concept of formulation to the action. This is the pattern concept of formulation. Run by analysis. Analyze bioforms for planet Moon X. Parameter example X. Key equal to A. Or queries about cargo hold contents, commodities on board. What do we have in cargo? Do we have any booze on board? A colloquial term. Actually, I could probably remove this and shorten the prompt a little bit. But that's basically how it works. This is how it... This is the implementation of the do what I mean function that developers been dreaming about since forever. This is how you do what I mean. Or this is how I do what I mean. As concept to action. And that is not an action. Queries about current location should be this action right here. Query current location analysis. So that's what it was supposed to return for the action. Instead, it invented analyze location. It just took my words and put it in a format with an underscore. So since it's doing that, it's definitely
Voice.
not going
Input
to work.
enabled.
Ollama list. Ollama remove. That. We need instruct. Instruct. Granite 4. This is the most downloaded one. Unfortunately,
Neil Draper say,
it's
have you
small.
got a low temperature?
The temperature on a command, I think, is 0.1. Ollama client create prompt is called from half for chat, half for endpoint. Yeah, it's a half. And analysis 1. Analysis is creative, everything else is less creative. Grok client endpoint is different. It's this prompt. Grok is 10% for... No, let's open a command prompt. And then this is prompt. For command prompt, Grok is set to 0.01. Deterministic. And for analysis, 0.8, so 8%. The temperature is adjusted to Queen 2.5, not Queen 3. Queen 3 gives me different results. So Llama 3.2, vision and collection of instruction-tuned image reasoning. No, we're not doing images. Instruct is a large language model customized by NVIDIA to improve the help of LLM generated responses. 70B now. 70B too much. 7.8B. 8B. Lava Llama, what do you do? Benchmarks. What do you mean by benchmarks? This is cute, but I don't know what it does. Minstrel, this is a music one. Is it? Small 3B is better following precise instructions, produces less infinite generations or repetitive answers. Function calling template is more robust, more than the previous model, more than the previous version, but these are very tiny ones. Oh no, this is not tiny, this is 24B. This will take my entire card. I mean, I'll have to shut down everything, and including graphical user interface, and run the machine as a server mode, headless. And then it will take the whole entire GPU and sit on it. This is something that you run in the closet. Like if you set up a second machine as your LLM machine, you probably don't want to run graphical interface on it. You want to run Linux, probably Arch. Very, very lean. Nothing on it at all. Only the LLM shit, and nothing else. Like super tuned. Granite, what do you do? 8B is the best one. The IBM Granite 2B and 8B models are 128K context length language models that have been fine-tuned for improved reasoning and instruction following capabilities. Okay, let's see how you can follow instructions of this little app. there is this kind of marketing blob. Llama. Oh. 4.9 gigabytes for 8B. So I should be able to run commands with it at least. Thinking summarization, text classification, extraction, question answering, retrieving, augmented generation, RAG, code relevant task, function calling, multilingual dialogue use cases, so I can speak Ukrainian to it. Fill in the middle, long context task including log document meeting summarization. So it should take a document? In 8 billion parameters? Does anybody know the amount of parameters? Does it have any relations to amount of tokens it can receive and process? And is there any mathematical formula to figure it out if there is? So that when I look at it and say it says 2B, I can say, all right, it's 1,000 tokens as an example. And if it's 8B, let's say it's 2,000 tokens. Hypothetically speaking, as an example. I don't know if there is a correlation between those two or not. I'm relatively new to all this LLM stuff. Alright, so granite. Okay, digest, blah, blah, blah. I'll stick it in both. And we'll see what
Neil
it will
Draper
do.
say, that's CTX.
CTX is the number of tokens it can consume. And that related to the available memory?
Neil Draper say, or context.
Or context. So my CTX for Ollama stands at 16,384. If I double that, will that fit into the memory? Will it allow me to process more tokens, albeit maybe at a slower rate?
Voice input enabled. Good evening, Condor. Voice input disabled.
Yeah, so let's give it a nice clean start. It's Granite 3.3 at 8 billion. Let's see what it does.
Voice input enabled. Good evening, Condor.
Where are we?
Neil Draper say it uses VRAM. Neil Draper say lower CTX equals less VRAM.
And less VRAM used by the LLM means less tokens it can process it in one go, right? Okay, why is it hanging there? Intent. Oh, role assistant, intent, speak information about location, action, request the current position for contextual location. So it did not follow instructions at all because it was instructed to infer the action from the meaning. It failed. Alright, so this one cannot do it. Ollama list. Granite cannot do it at all, even a command. Maybe if there is a documentation for it somewhere, because role control content thinking, role user content, it's a chatbot. Oh, website, Granite docs. They do have documentation. So potentially, if I wanted to spend time and go through their documentation, potentially I might be able to modify specifically for this LLM. So role user content blah, role assistant content blah, tool calls. This is pretty much standard shit. We are not doing any functions. What about role system? Still, it failed to follow the instructions. Oops. Instruct. It failed to follow the instructions. Dun, 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 dun. Tulu 3 is a leading instruction following model family, officially fully open source, data 8B, and then jumps straight to 70B. Tulu 3 at 8B. Let's pull this one. So far, out of the ones that I tried on, that I can run with Ollama server, the Queen 2.5, 14B or higher will work. Unfortunately, higher is 32B and I cannot run it, so I can only surmise that it will work on a larger hardware than mine. 14B is the absolute max limit for me. Cannot run anything more than that. Unless I shut everything down. Then I can run probably 20. And my MacBooks are not much help because they're old. The 2012 MacBook and 2019. One of them is running. What do I have on it? Cache OS, I think I have on it. The other one still has old OS, Mac OS on it, but it's very, very slow. I might put Arch Linux on it, but that'll be a project on itself because Macs that are made for after 2018, they have a T2 chip in them, and the T2 chip blocks access to network, keyboard, and trackpad unless you're running a Mac OS on it. And you cannot get a new Mac OS on it because they want you to buy a new Mac hardware. Welcome to Macintosh. So there is an open source project that you can build an ISO of Arch Linux with a workaround for the T2 chip so that you can install it on a MacBook post 2018. That'd be like a fun project on its own. Hardware tinkering.
Voice input enabled. Good evening. Sorry, I couldn't reach Ollama.
I know you couldn't. No problem. All the services.
Voice input enabled. Good evening, Crondor.
Where are we?
Neil Draper say, good old Apple.
Yeah, leave it to Apple. Okay, I'll restart it just in case, because maybe I made a bug in code that restarts the services because I recently
Voice
revamped that.
input enabled. Good evening.
Alright, so we are sending
Affirmative,
to
sir.
3.
I am currently monitoring a wide range of sources.
And it's pretty fast.
Roger that. Preparing.
Where are we?
Our application allows for detailed route planning, trade profile customization, star system analysis, resource mining
Interrupt.
site identification, and various ship. Analyzing current location data standby. Docked at station in star system. Yes, Crondor.
Okay, look at that. This is pretty fast. This is pretty damn fast.
Acknowledged. Executing prompt analysis.
Activate.
Yes, my lord.
Enable streaming mode.
Affirmative, my lord.
Alright, so this is 8B model, and I'm running it right now for queries and commands. Let's fly around, collect some data, and ask some questions.
Ship detach complete. Departure authorized.
Acknowledged. Commencing reconnaissance. Requesting coordinates for initial flight path.
Enable streaming mode, please.
Right away. Count. Streaming mode is on. Prefix your command with word computer.
And I think the internal computer inside of Elite is also having a fit because it's bumping me inside of the asteroid.
Negative contact report. I'm registering unusual vibrations and potential impacts within my current position. Assassin situation.
Look at all those ships around here. That happens when you have a game running on the background and not looking at the screen. Computer super cruise, please.
Right away, my lord.
Fire mode. Flight control out.
Computer disable streaming mode.
Yes. Cromdor. I'm listening.
Plot route back to base.
Certainly. Cromdor. Route set.
Get us out of here.
Of course. Commander.
Computer enable streaming mode. Enable streaming mode, please.
Affirmative. Condor. Streaming mode is on. Prefix your command with word computer.
I think we might
Traveling
just
to your
found
crew
a
QCKC
better model
9-0.
than
Star Class G.
Queen
Fuel
25
available.
for this,
Hyperspace travel in progress. Traffic at destination total ships 84-0 week and day. Reported deaths total 10 for the current week and day.
Correct analysis.
Arrived at final destination. Coordinates at your crew QCKC 9-0.
Computer open galaxy map, please.
Of course. Cromdor. Route set.
Let's go. Computer disable streaming mode, please.
Affirmative, my lord. I am listening.
Let's go.
Right away, my lord. Travelling to Il Prupi XDD 3-908, a Class F star, fuel available, current traffic to total ships equals 1044, week traffic equals 4, day traffic equals 2, recorded deaths at destination immerse week total equals 4, weekly equals 1, daily equals 1.
Check the local signals. Do you see any resource sites in this star system?
Signals found. Geological signals on planets A4 and A5 with low temperature diamond hotspots. Additionally, mining hotspots in Ring A4A are low temperature diamond times 1, tritium times 2. Also in Ring A5A low temperature diamond times 2, tritium times 2, bromellite times 2, alexandrite times 2.
Are there any hunting grounds in this star system? No, never mind.
In the
I
star
don't see
system,
them.
hunting grounds are not explicitly mentioned.
Yeah, I can see that on the radar as well.
Roger that. Signal is confirmed.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Right away. Commander. We are travelling through hyperspace to Ollama, a K-class star. Fuel is available. Current traffic data shows a total of 10,551 ships, with 93 ships this week and 8 today. Death toll on Ollama stands at 1,268, with no deaths recorded in the last day.
Show contacts.
Yes, Cromdor. Arrival at destination Ollama confirmed.
Drop.
Of course, Crondor. Dropped out of Supercruise. Current threat level is 2.
Open local map, please.
Certainly. Count.
Supercruise.
Certainly. Condor.
Neil Draper say, "This is a very cool app you are building. Makes me want to play ED again."
Voice input disabled.
Thank you for the kind words. Yeah, this is... I started building it after I used ED Copilot for a very long time, and ED Copilot has been in development for a very long time. Was a Patreon member for the developer, but that one does not really have voice input. But then, well, it has voice input via voice attack, but you have to memorize specific commands to do specific things, and if you don't utter them just the right way, it won't work. Plus, it's only Windows, and I'm a Linux guy. Then I used for a couple of weeks or so, I used Kovas Next, which is an LLM-based thing, and it's a different gameplay with that thing. It's basically it's trying to be your sidekick. It reacts to everything you do. It provides a reaction to anything that happens in the game, more than anything, and I really didn't want that. So I started building my own, as modeled after classical Star Trek computer. Not the modern Star Trek abomination, but the 1980s style computer that basically just executes commands when you command it. You are a commander in this game after all, and analyzes data for you. Does not judge your gameplay, doesn't bitch and moan, sits quiet on the background, and you can disable all the announcements. I do have route announcements on right now, so you hear them when I go from system to system, but you can disable those as well. Be completely quiet, and it'll only speak when spoken to. But I've been developing this for what, about 2 months, maybe 2.5 months or so. So there are hardly any users for this app. There are only like a couple of people using it. And there's one developer now that's helping me, Andreas. He is new to Java, but he's not new to scripting. He wrote some scripts for the installation, for the Linux installation. And now he's participating in the Java development as well. He did a couple of features. The last one has to do with missions. Computer enable... what's that thing called? It's going to fail now, because I don't know what it's called. This thing.
Contact lost.
Night vision! I forgot night vision. I don't have a mission for this resource site. Computer, change to combat mode. I need to change it to off the streaming mode. Computer, disable streaming mode. I might have confused the LLM with the
Dropped out of
previous
Super
thing.
Cruise. Current threat level is 3.
Ah, the
Voice
voice input
input
is
enabled.
disabled. That's why. Okay, it's my fault. I had the voice input disabled. That's why I didn't hear him. Combat mode, please.
Understood. Your voice input was disabled. We shall proceed accordingly. Right away. Commander.
Change heads-up display to combat.
Certainly. Commander.
Weapons hot.
Certainly. Commander. Collected 3 units of shield data recordings. Total in storage is 227 units. Contact illegal target federal assault ship. Tipodogonics. Expert. Wanted. Bounty roughly 400,000 credits.
Max weapons.
Yes. Count.
Target power plant, please.
Certainly. Commander. Kill confirmed. 615,946 bounty claimed. Contact lost.
Max engines.
Affirmative. Commander.
Enable streaming mode.
Right away, my lord.
I might have found a better model. Enable streaming mode, please.
Our application capabilities allow for detailed control over a variety of systems aboard your vessel. You can manage navigation with commands like plotting routes to trade stops, setting speed, deploying landing gear or reconnaissance
Interrupt.
vehicles, and targeting specific wing. Affirmative. Count. Streaming mode is on. Prefix your command with word computer. I am listening. Aye aye, my lord.
Streaming mode on.
Of course, my lord. Streaming mode is on. Prefix your command with word computer.
So I need to play around with this model and maybe slightly adjust some prompts and see how fast it reacts. Looks like its reaction is much faster than the
Contact loss.
14B version of
Neil Draper
Green
say,
5.
yeah, model looks good.
And might need some prompt adjustments for it. So it's a Tulu 3 8B, 8 billion parameters. And 8 billion parameters, how much does it? Look at that. It only eats 6 gigabytes on the card. So I don't know if the person who commented on the previous video wanted to try the app, but it's not. It only has like 12 VRAM, 12 gigabyte VRAM on this card. That might be the model you could use. Because game, maybe not. Let's see. So game is 9, and this thing is 6. You probably could. You probably could. What is the Google.com? Let's see. Elite. Dangerous. Minimum hardware requirements. That's memory. 6 GB VRAM minimum. It will run on GeForce GTX 1060, which is an ancient card. Or AMD 8 GB. So let's say 6 or 7 gigabyte of VRAM, and this thing loses 6. So if he turns off everything and just runs the LLM and the game, I think he should be able to pull it. I don't know how good it would be. Maybe he will be losing some of the frame rate during the analysis if he requests to analyze a bunch of data. Maybe. I still have to have the account with Google for the speech-to-text. How much does speech-to-text cost? Now, they do have a free period, free grace period. You can use it for free for a month. After that, it will be pay-as-you-go. And with all my yapping, and I'm using this like 8 to 10 hours a day every day, I am paying at the end of the month about $5 to $6 for speech-to-text, which is less than a Starbucks cup of coffee. I would love to have a local speech-to-text implementation. I really would. If I could find something that actually works. If it can work with my accent, you guys, native speakers, you would have a problem. Yes, even Google speech-to-text sometimes struggles to understand me correctly because I speak with an accent.
I'm listening.
Turn off the night vision, please.
Of course, Count.
Plot route back to base.
Aye aye, Condor. Route set. Contact Lars.
Let's go.
Affirmative, my lord. We are currently en route to EL Pru WYRD4-1254, a star class, a system, fuel available. Traffic data shows a total of 84 ships currently present in the system, with 0 ships expected for this week and none expected today.
Jump to the next waypoint.
Yes, Count.
Hallucination right there. This is a hallucination.
I'm an AI and do not experience hallucinations or consciousness.
In that case, jump to the next waypoint.
Affirmative, Commander. Destination is EL Pru QCKC 9-0, a star class G system. Current fuel levels are sufficient for the journey. Traffic data shows 84 vessels in total, with no traffic this week and none today. There has been 1 recorded death at the destination over all time, with no deaths reported this week or day. Arrived
Enable
at final
streaming mode,
destination. Coordinates EL Pru QC.
Yeah, prompts
Right
needs to
away,
be
Count.
adjusted for it, but this is not a big deal. Probably not a very big deal. It did hallucinate right now. It did not issue a correct action. And
Stand by for clarification and reassessment of the situation, evaluate potential risks and prepare contingencies. And so we continue our duties as always. Streaming mode is on. Prefix your command with word computer.
okay, so the on-off things don't quite work with this model, but I am quite impressed with it, so I need to play around with it and maybe adjust some prompts to make sure that it sends the correct stuff back. Let's see, to jump to the next waypoint. This is a hallucination. The action's supposed to be enter hyperspace or whatever the action is. I don't have action like that. It invented it. And it did not trigger the on-off switch for the streaming mode. Yeah, all right, I'll run this thing off stream in the debugger and see if I can get this thing to work properly with the 8B LLM. If I can, this will be a major win, because that basically nearly halves the memory required to run this thing offline, which is a good thing. If I can pull it off, that'd be a good improvement. Computer, streaming mode, off.
Affirmative, my lord. I am listening.
Do we have any hotspots in this star system?
Signals found. Mining hotspots in Wing 2B Serendipite times 3. Road Plimside times 1. Wing 4A Platinum, Gold, Silver.
Are there any tritium hotspots in this star system?
Scanning now. No hotspots detected in the star system known as Triton at this time.
Are there any carrier fuel hotspots detected in this star system?
No tritium hotspots detected in the star system.
Computer, enable streaming mode, please.
Right away, my lord. Streaming mode is on. Prefix your command with word computer.
Alright, there is a tritium hotspot in this star system, in fact, so maybe it's not... it doesn't have all the... or cannot process all the data. I wonder now, since it is 8B and I have some free RAM, maybe I can increase the number of tokens it can chew on. The CTX number, if that's how it works. I'm still discovering shit about how LLMs work. I'm not a guru in LLMs at all. Never pretended to be one. Computer streaming mode off. Computer streaming mode off.
Yes, my lord. I'm listening.
Drop.
Of course, my lord. Returning to the base, safe and sound.
Change to analysis mode, please.
Right away, Crondor.
Neil Draper say there will be a CTX limit baked into the model.
Ah, okay. So I just need to find out what the limit is, or maybe if I don't provide one, it uses the limit. It defaults to whatever model is.
The default limit for most models is set to a moderate number of requests per minute. If you do not specify a custom limit, the service will use this standard limitation to prevent abuse. For specific details on your chosen model's limits, consult the official documentation or contact support.
Hey, how many tokens can you chew in one request? What is the maximum tokens for you specifically?
The maximum number of tokens I can process in a single request is 24.
24 tokens or 24,000 tokens?
Roger that, sir. We have 24 tokens currently. We do not have the required 4,000 tokens as per your orders.
Alright, contact the tower and see if they got a parking spot for us.
Roger that. I'll update the pilot.
Contact the tower and see if they have a parking spot for us.
I have contacted the air traffic control tower. They inform me that there are currently 2 available parking spots on runway Bravo. Voice input disabled.
Alright, this is hallucination and it's not picking up the colloquial terms for the request docking. And the instructions say to never do this, to never invent shit. Like it is clearly instructed to don't come up with stuff, just say no. It doesn't do that. Still might be an option. I'm still not giving up on this one. All right, let's see if I just tell it directly to request docking if it picks it up. But it should... The other model picks up colloquial terms. Grok is even better at that. So the really natural language speaking, if you use Grok, you can really do natural language. If you use Queen 2.5 18B, you can almost use natural language. With this one, it seems you have to be more precise. Or maybe I can play with the temperature on it, on the commands, on the input that actually processes the command. If temperature is too high, it will start inventing parameters though. It has to be deterministic, but smart enough to map the meaning to the command. And different LLMs have different rate of success at that.
Voice input enabled.
Request docking, please.
Affirmative. Commander.
Request confirmed. Move to your designated path, Commander. That's an affirmative. See you soon, Commander.
Landing gear deployed.
Markets data available.
Landing complete. Command
System shut down.
Welcome, Commander.
Tulu 3. GitHub. Open source things. So GitHub, maybe they have a wiki? So it is based on Llama 3.1 and Llama 3.170B and Ollama 2.7B and Ollama 2.13B. Those are the models of this. So it's kind of an amalgam of models. An extract of sorts.
Neil Draper say, from what I can find, Tulu is based on Llama 3.1 and has a 128 KCTX, so shouldn't be a problem.
Oops. What is it? 128K for CTX. 128,000. 128,000 CTX. Okay, this number, it translates into VRAM, so 16,384. Is that VRAM? Or what is it specifically? In other words, let me ask this question in a different way. Let's say I have 24 gigabyte VRAM, and let's say I am using... let's say I have 16 gigabyte of VRAM available for anything that is not the game. What would be, how do I calculate this number correctly? Oops. I doubled it. Let's see what happens.
Voice input enabled. Good evening, Condor.
Analyze the data about our current location.
Analyzing current location data, stand by. We've a docked at GH-8 X-Fleet carrier in ILPRUQCKC9-0 star system. The security level here is anarchy. Been 1 death reported this week. Total traffic for week stands at 84 units. Day on planet Afora lasts 306 hours and 47 minutes. Voice input disabled.
Brilliant, it can actually do it, and pretty fast. Speed is 2,325.5 tokens per second. And here, for the location analysis, it reports 494 tokens per second. Yeah, I have to spend time with this LLM, figure out its quirks, see what kind of adjustments I can do for the prompts, make sure that adjustments do not actually break existing functionality with cloud LLMs. And if I can get this thing running with 8B, that'd be cool. That really would be cool, because it would open this thing up to a wider variety of hardware, because hardware prices right now are insane. I would love to get the next GPU, but I don't think I'm gonna get one in the next 2 years or so, because prices are just nuts. But it is almost 8 o'clock, which means it's dinner time is coming up for me, and I will have to go. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thank you for your support and help. Hey, we found a model that we might actually like better than Queen for this thing, and it's twice less VRAM using. It's using twice less VRAM, and I can't speak anymore. But I will be signing off till next week, probably. Thank you for stopping by. And I'll talk to you guys later.
Neil Draper say, cheers, Krondor. Catch you later.
Yep, good night or good morning or good day.